Zero Trust Remote Application Access is a security model that assumes no user or device should be trusted by default, regardless of their location. It emphasizes strict identity verification for every user and device attempting to access applications, whether they are inside or outside the network perimeter. This approach utilizes principles such as least privilege access, continuous monitoring, and microsegmentation to minimize potential attack surfaces. By implementing Zero Trust, organizations enhance their security posture against threats, ensuring that only authenticated and authorized users can access critical applications remotely. This model is particularly important in today's landscape of remote work and cloud-based resources. Zero Trust is a cybersecurity framework that operates on the principle of never trust, always verify. Unlike traditional security models that assume everything inside an organization's network is safe, Zero Trust requires strict identity verification for every user and device attempting to access resources regardless of their location. This approach minimizes the risk of data breaches by enforcing least privilege access, continuous monitoring, and segmentation of networks. It emphasizes strong authentication, encryption, and regular audits to ensure security. Zero Trust Continuous Verification is a security model that assumes no user or device can be trusted by default, regardless of their location within or outside the network. This approach emphasizes ongoing validation of user identities and device security posture throughout the session, rather than a one-time verification at login. By continuously monitoring user behavior, access patterns, and device health, organizations can quickly detect and respond to potential threats, ensuring a more robust security posture against evolving cyber threats. Least privilege access is a security principle that restricts users' access rights to the minimum level necessary to perform their job functions. By limiting permissions, organizations reduce the risk of accidental or malicious misuse of sensitive data and systems. This approach helps to mitigate potential security breaches, ensuring that users only have access to the information and resources essential for their tasks. Implementing least privilege access involves regular audits and adjustments to user permissions as roles and responsibilities change. Microsegmentation offers several advantages for enhancing network security and performance. 1. Enhance security by isolating workloads. Microsegmentation limits the attack surface and prevents lateral movement of threats within the network. 2. Granular control. It allows for fine-tuned security policies tailored to specific applications or workloads, improving compliance and risk management. 3. Improved visibility. Organizations gain better insight into traffic patterns and potential vulnerabilities, facilitating proactive security measures. 4. Dynamic adaptability. Microsegmentation can quickly adapt to changes in the environment, such as new applications or users, ensuring continuous protection. 5. Reduced blast radius. In the event of a breach, the impact is contained within a small segment, minimizing potential damage. Overall, microsegmentation enhances both security and operational efficiency in complex environments. MFA stands for multi-factor authentication. It is a security measure that requires users to provide 2 or more verification factors to gain access to a resource, such as an application or online account. This typically combines something the user knows like a password, something the user has such as a smartphone or hardware token, and something the user is like a fingerprint or facial recognition. MFA enhances security by making it harder for unauthorized users to access sensitive information. Real-time monitoring in cybersecurity refers to the continuous surveillance of systems, networks, and data to detect and respond to security threats as they occur. This involves using tools and technologies to analyze traffic, user behavior, and system performance in real time. By identifying anomalies or suspicious activities instantly, organizations can mitigate risks, prevent data breaches, and ensure compliance with security policies. Effective real-time monitoring enhances incident response capabilities and strengthens overall cybersecurity posture. Device security in cybersecurity refers to the measures and practices implemented to protect devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, and IoT devices from unauthorized access, attacks, and data breaches. This includes using strong passwords, enabling encryption, keeping software updated, and employing antivirus and anti-malware solutions. Additionally, device security encompasses physical security measures and user education to prevent social engineering attacks. Overall, it aims to safeguard sensitive information and ensure the integrity and availability of devices within a network. Zero Trust is a security model that operates on the principle of never trust, always verify. Its key benefits include 1. Enhanced security by requiring verification for every user and device. It reduces the risk of breaches. 2. Minimized attack surface limits access to resources, reducing potential entry points for attackers. 3. Improved compliance helps organizations meet regulatory requirements by enforcing strict access controls. 4. Granular access control allows for tailored access based on user roles and behaviors. 5. Continuous monitoring enables real-time threat detection and response. 6. Flexibility supports remote work in cloud environments without compromising security. Overall, Zero Trust strengthens an organization's cybersecurity posture. Implementing a Zero Trust architecture presents several challenges. 1. Cultural shift. Organizations must shift their mindset from perimeter-based security to a Zero Trust model, which can face resistance. 2. Complexity. Integrating Zero Trust principles into existing systems can be complex and require significant changes to infrastructure. 3. Resource-intensive. It often demands substantial investment in technology and skilled personnel. 4. Data privacy. Ensuring compliance with data protection regulations while monitoring user activity can be tricky. 5. Legacy systems. Many organizations have legacy systems that may not easily support Zero Trust principles. 6. User experience. Balancing security with user convenience is essential to avoid hindering productivity. Addressing these challenges requires careful planning and execution. Zero Trust is a security model based on the principle of never trust, always verify. Here are its key principles. 1. Verify. Identity. Always authenticate users and devices, regardless of their location. 2. Least privilege access. Limit user access to only what is necessary for their role. 3. Microsegmentation. Divide networks into smaller segments to contain breaches. 4. Continuous monitoring. Regularly assess and monitor user behavior and network traffic. 5. Assume breach. Operate under the assumption that a breach could occur at any time. 6. Data protection. Encrypt sensitive data both in transit and at rest. These principles help organizations enhance security and reduce risks in a complex digital landscape. Microsegmentation is a security technique that involves dividing a network into smaller, isolated segments to enhance security and reduce the attack surface. Here's a brief overview of its implementation. 1. Assessment. Analyze the existing network architecture, identifying assets, applications, and data flows. 2. Define segments. Create logical segments based on factors like application type, sensitivity, and compliance requirements. 3. Policy creation. Develop security policies for each segment, specifying access controls and communication rules. 4. Deployment. Use virtualization or software-defined networking (SDN) tools to enforce segmentation policies. 5. Monitoring. Continuously monitor traffic between segments to detect anomalies and ensure compliance. 6. Review and adjust. Regularly review segments and policies to adapt to changing threats and business needs. This approach enhances security by limiting lateral movement within the network. Least privilege access is a security principle that limits user permissions to only those necessary for their job functions. To implement it, follow these steps. 1. Role definition. Identify roles within your organization and define what access each role requires. 2. Access control policies. Establish policies that specify permissions based on roles, not individuals. 3. User provisioning. Assign access rights based on the defined roles during onboarding. 4. Regular audits. Conduct periodic reviews of user access to ensure compliance and adjust permissions as necessary. 5. Revocation procedures. Implement processes to promptly revoke access when employees change roles or leave the organization. 6. Monitoring and logging. Continuously monitor user activities and maintain logs for auditing purposes. By adhering to these steps, organizations can minimize security risks and protect sensitive data effectively. Continuous monitoring for cybersecurity involves several key components. 1. Asset inventory. Maintain an up-to-date inventory of all hardware and software assets. 2. Vulnerability management. Regularly scan for vulnerabilities and apply patches promptly. 3. Threat intelligence. Utilize threat intelligence feeds to stay informed about emerging threats. 4. Security information and event management. SIEM. Implement SIEM systems to analyze security alerts in real time. 5. User behavior analytics. Monitor user activities to detect anomalies. 6. Incident response planning. Develop and regularly update incident response plans. 7. Compliance monitoring. Ensure adherence to relevant regulations and standards. 8. Regular audits and assessments. Conduct periodic security assessments to identify gaps. These components work together to enhance an organization's security posture. Identity and access management. IAM in cybersecurity refers to the policies, processes, and technologies that ensure the right individuals have appropriate access to resources within an organization. IAM systems manage user identities, authenticate users, and authorize access to sensitive data and applications. Key components include user provisioning, single sign-on SSO, multi-factor authentication MFA, and role-based access control RBAC. helps mitigate security risks, ensures compliance, and enhances operational efficiency by securing access to critical systems and data. Endpoint detection and response (EDR) is a cybersecurity approach focused on monitoring and responding to threats on endpoint devices, such as computers, servers, and mobile devices. EDR solutions continuously collect data from these endpoints to detect suspicious activities, analyze potential threats, and respond to incidents in real time. They often include features like threat intelligence, behavioral analysis, automated responses, and forensic capabilities to help organizations identify and mitigate security risks effectively. Zero Trust Network Access (ZTNA) is a security framework that ensures strict access controls and verification for users and devices trying to access network resources. Unlike traditional VPNs that grant broad access once authenticated, ZTNA operates on the principle of never trust, always verify. It requires continuous authentication and authorization, leveraging identity and context to determine access rights. This approach enhances security by minimizing the attack surface and protecting sensitive data, especially in remote work environments. The future of Zero Trust is poised for significant growth as organizations increasingly prioritize cybersecurity. With the rise of remote work, cloud computing, and sophisticated cyber threats, Zero Trust architecture will become essential. It emphasizes continuous verification of user identities, device security, and strict access controls regardless of location. As regulatory requirements evolve and data breaches become more costly, adopting Zero Trust principles will be critical for protecting sensitive information and maintaining compliance. Expect advancements in AI and machine learning to enhance Zero Trust implementations, making them more adaptive and efficient.